Hi, and welcome to 1BV10 module User Interface Design with Mendix. In this video lecture, I will introduce you the core Mendix UI elements and their configuration, and demonstrate UI design through applications in Mendix. I will begin with an overview of important UI design elements. Then I will introduce how pages are structured in Mendix and show you how to create interactive pages using data widgets. I will also explain and show Mendix features for supporting easy navigation between the pages of your Mendix applications. In Mendix, UI components are the user interface design elements. UI elements enable the interaction between the software and its users. User interface design focuses on the design of externally visible behavior of the application. In Mendix, the interaction of the UI with the application data is enabled by default Mendix behavior, which is limited to a set of simple data functionalities such as creating, deleting, editing, or viewing entity data. By designing microflows, the developers can add complex behavior to the UI and its interaction with the data. In this video, we will focus on UI components and the data interactions supported by the default Mendix behavior. In basic application development and given the current IT technologies, user application interaction space is limited what you can do with pointing devices and digital displays. Mendix supports development of UIs that work on a range of devices including tablets and smartphones. Mendix UI elements are built-in components that can be used to create pages, forms, and links for managing the application data. In Mendix, pages are separate and navigable graphical interfaces for user interaction. Each page is based on a layout. Layouts are UI organization frames that specify what comes where. The layout contains widgets and structures that return on every page based on that layout. Widgets are simple UI components that you add to the pages and make them interactive, such as data widgets, buttons, or containers. Mendix has built-in themes for application projects that provide a consistent look and feel. For your projects, the recommended theme is Atlas UI, which is default theme for Mendix applications. In Mendix, when we create a new page, we select the layout and a page template for the page and give the page a name. Mendix includes a rich set of page templates, and Atlas UI provides 3 layouts. 2 of them are full page layouts with a navigation bar and other elements like application logos. And the other one is the pop-up layout, which is used for supplementing, expanding, or enhancing an underlying page. Widgets are the Lego blocks that you add to your pages. There are many types of widgets. For example, data widgets are complex widgets used for managing entity data. Input widgets are used to provide form fields for the entry or presentation of entity attributes. And container widgets can be used for structuring and grouping widgets in a page. Data widgets are the workhorses of UI application functionality. And now let's continue with some important features of data widgets. There are 2 types of data widgets, list widget and data view. A list widget operates on multiple entity instances. For example, it can list all customers stored in the application. A data view, however, operates on a single entity, such as a single customer. Regardless of its type, a data widget requires a selection of an entity type to support. The data sources that can return the entities of the selected type are different for list widgets and data views. List widgets can retrieve entity data directly from the database, from an expat expression that filters data from the database, from a microflow that returns the type of entities the list widget supports, or from an association if the list widget is nested in a data view. A data view, on the other hand, gets its entity either from a page or microflow that opens the page, which is called the context of the data view, or from a microflow the data view calls, or from a widget on the same page the data view listens to. Here we see a data grid, which is a list widget. It is matched to a customer entity, gets its data from the database, and can be used to manage all customer data. Here we see a data view for order entity with its data source set to context, meaning that the page or microflow opening this data view page will provide an order entity for this data view to show. This data view can be used to create or edit a single order. Another important user interface element is the configurable navigation menu that comes with a Mendix application. It is designed by using the navigation configuration window in project module. The navigation menu provides links to pages and other actions. By default, the menu shows on pages which have layouts other than the pop-up layout. Let's put all these UI components together in a single figure. We see one page with default layout that contains a data grid for location entity data. On the left, we see the navigation menu. We see two pop-up pages including data views for creating and editing data for a single location entity. Now, let's switch to Mendix to create pages, data grids, data views, and configure the navigation menu for the order management toy project. In this demonstration, I will create separate pages for customers, orders, and products, and add menu items to the navigation menu for each page. I will start with creating products page. I will enter products as the page name. Select the data grid page template and select Atlas default layout for the page. I will select products as the entity for this data grid. The data source defaults to database. As you see, Mendix generates the input widgets required for creating, editing, deleting, listing, and searching products. I will edit the field labels. As the errors indicate, we need pages for creating and editing products. Now I'm going to create one for creating new products. This will be a data view with pop-up layout. The page has been generated, and when the application runs, the page will look like this. And the product's main page will look like this. I will repeat the same for customers and orders pages. For the customers page, I will select template grid default page template. And now the orders page. As you can see, order data view includes input widgets for editing all its attributes and order associations. The widgets for associations are called reference selectors. See 1BV10 Application Data Modeling video module for further details on reference set selectors. I will add another pop-up page for multiple product selection. When the application is run, the order data view will look like this in the browser. Now I will open Navigation Settings window and add items to the navigation menu for each page. I will first rename the application title to Order Management and add menu items as links to the pages with a caption and icon by clicking New Item. You can set application's default homepage from here. Current homepage is empty. Let's start the application and have a look at the pages we created. The application shows the default homepage. We can see the items we added in the navigation menu. Let's click the links and navigate to the pages and see our existing application data in the data grids and data views on pop-up pages. I can see all products listed in the data grid. I will delete one. Now I will go to the customers page. Note the difference between template grid and data grid. I will select and edit one customer. On Orders Edit page, I can view and edit the associated products of the order in the Reference Set Selection page. A very important group of input widgets is reference selectors. Reference selectors provide the functionality for creating associations between objects. Typically, you add them to a data view for creating associations between the data view entity and the other entities which are associated to the data view entity in the domain model. See 1BV10 module DM1 for detailed explanations and the demonstration of reference selectors in Mendix. You may be wondering how the user interface design process for your projects will look like. For your user interface designs, typically you perform several tasks. You create pages using the templates which come with list views and data views. And for that, you will use Mendix page generation feature, which automatically creates pages for you and helps avoid manual work. You will modify the pages you created by adding, deleting widgets to your pages and by configuring them. You configure your application navigation menu and add links to the menu that makes navigation between the pages easier. You will handle the error and confirmation messages the application's users will see. For a basic implementation, you can use entity validation rules. For an advanced implementation, you can use microflows. Before I complete this module, I want to give you some tips for UI design efficiency. Recreating pages and widgets is often easier than their modification, especially after you make changes to the domain model. Consider regenerating your pages or data widgets automatically from scratch. Reuse Mendix components without much customization or no customization at all to save from manual development work. Finally, fine-tune your user interface design towards the end of your project when your domain models become stable. In this video module, we covered the main Mendix UI elements, namely pages, layouts, and data widgets, and the navigation menu. We have seen data configuration options for data widgets. List of other resources I can recommend for learning Mendix UI design. You can read the sections from Mendix official documentation page and watch Bike Shop annotated videos for UI design. See you in the next module.